Hi everyone, welcome to our online classroom, and this is for third final year or third year BSc Hotel Management and Catering Science students. You have the major subject that is known as tourism management. So today I'm going to just give some short note on each unit. This will be like a syllabus introduction to you. So let us begin the class now. So tourism management is very important for a hotel management student because a hotel management student have to understand the role and impact of tourism in our country. He should understand the activities, the basic activities to the management functions of tourism. They should know about that for a better understanding of the career. So here the objective of this unit is the student have to understand the promotion of tourism industry and to provide information like accommodations and transportation and other services to the tourists. And in that there are five important points there as objectives. The first one is to understand the industry of tourism, of exhibiting its different types and its components. And second point is to know the growth of tourism and its developments. And the third point is to execute the functions of travel agencies. And the fourth point is to know the different organization that has been involved in the industry of tour promote uh, and the fifth one is to improve the student knowledge for the promotion. So these are the five major objectives of this syllabus. So at the this are again this is the outcome of this entire syllabus. So first we discuss about the unit 1. Unit 1 deals with the principles of tourism, that is the basic elements of tourism. In this first unit, as a first lesson, we'll see some very important definitions, the basic definitions of this tourism department. In that first we see what is meant by tourism and who is tourist and what are the classifications of tourists, like foreign tourists and domestic tourists, and how these name has been adopted and how the tourism is depends on this tourist. So these kind of things we learn in this first lesson. And second lesson is components of tourism. Components of tourism, like three A's are there, like the three important A's of tourism, like attractions and accessibility and amenities. So these are the three major elements or things it be required in any tourism area. The tourism area should have some attraction. It may be any kind of attraction, but there should be some attraction, and there should be a proper accessibility should be there. There will be maybe this denotes the transportation. There should be a proper transportation should be available so that the guests can, the travelers can, the tourists can easily access to the spots. And the third thing is amenities. The tourist it's a very basic thing that's required for the tourist people, because all they are the human beings, so they need food and accommodation there. So these kind of things are known as amenities. We'll see very deeply about these topics in the lesson, in our classes, in the future classes. And the third lesson is the motivations for tourism. So what are the basic motivations are involved while that in the tourism department, while making the tourism is very important. So we'll see the that motivational factors that are naturally available in the our society, and some natural motivations there in our human being. So we will discuss about the that kind of things in this motivation for tourism. And the fourth lesson is the types of tourism. There are various types of tourism based on the purpose of the people's visit. The tourism has been classified into various types. Even this classification, day by day it was increasing. You can see some people, they used to travel to the Iceland only for to ice skating. Okay, so for that some kind of adventure activities, the people used to travel one place to one place, so another place. So that is the another modern classification. So this kind of classification we'll see in this fourth lesson. And after that, the second unit. In that second unit, we'll see the importance of growth of tourism. How the growth of tourism is happening and happened in the past and how is happening in present, we're going to see. In that, the first lesson is the tourism development, how the tourism development happened and how the tourism development is involved by the transportation like seaways and roadways and railways and airways. So this kind of transportation, how it's supporting the development of tourism, this we are going to discuss in this topic. And the second is an account of famous travelers. We cannot ignore the notes of famous travelers. Okay, so if I tell from the history, Columbus was a famous traveler who has discovered the America. Like that, there are more travels are there like Thomas Cook. Like that, we'll see some famous travelers here, and we'll see how they made the note, how they made the historical note, and how it has been adopted by their followers, and how it has been known to others. So these are the things you're going to see in that lesson 2. And lesson 3 is role of industrial revolution. After the World War II, there is a industrial revolution is in almost in all the European countries. So this industrial revolution big a very big change to the movement of the human being. After this industrial revolution, the many countries have clubbed together. It has just connected, interconnected with that trade. So the from that point, the tourism has to start to begin. So we'll see very deeply about this industrial revolutions also. And the next topic is concept of holidays. Concept of holidays means what are types of holidays available in entire all over the countries in entire globe. So how it has been processed for the people, so that we will see in that. And what is by paid holiday, that we will see very broadly in this topic. After that, modern era of tourism after the World War II. So how the tourism industry has survived after this very strong impact of World War II. After the World War II, the entire trade has been fallen down. So how the tourism has stood first after this World War II, so that we going to discuss in this topics. And after that, unit 3 is will discuss about the operations of tourism, the major operations. This is like a present operations, and how the what kind of operations, what kind of management system is involved in this tourism tourism activities, that we are going to discuss. In this first topic, we'll discuss about travel agencies, how the travel agencies are working, how the travel agency have been making the arrangement for passengers, for the tourists, that we are going to see in that. And the different departments and sections available in that travel agency. So how each and every department are working together to make the successful travel plans for the passengers, that we are going to discuss in that. And next thing is a tour operations, and tour operations that includes the itinerary preparation and organizing. So if a guest comes, if a passenger or traveler from any country is used to visit 2 or 3 countries as a tour, if he likes to visit 2 or 3 countries for a leisure, for just recreation, so we have to prepare a special itinerary preparation. If some other in other case, some guests, they used to visit the temples, it is known as a pilgrimage tourism. So for that, there will be a different kind of itinerary preparation, and that organizing their accommodation, food will be entirely different for the people who prefer the pilgrimage. So like that, the tour operations will differ for the people to people and the purpose of visit. So that we'll discuss in this second lesson. And after that, accommodations and types of accommodation. Even in the hotels, you can see there are various types of rooms will be available. You can see deluxe room, superior room, like that in a normal 3-star hotel. And even in a 5-star hotel, you can see the suites, executive suites, deluxe suites, like that, cabana, like that. You can see the types of rooms available in that for guest accommodations. So we'll discuss that very briefly in this third lesson. And after that, the fourth lesson is attractions. Attractions means the government organized attractions are there. You can see there are maybe even in Tamil Nadu also you can see, if I take example as a Yerkad, you can see our government has built a lake, an artificial lake in that Yerkad, so it attracts more tourists. The tourists used to walk around that lake. The tourists used to go for boating in that lake. So those kinds of attractions are organized by the tourism sector of Indian government. So that we are going to discuss in that, and private organized and their functions. So what are some things, some elements they have made as a private organization. So the private organization also supporting the attraction of the tourist, like hotels and resorts in tourism places. These attract many tourists in that places. So that we discuss very deeply in unit 3. And after that, unit 4 is planning in tourism. So how the planning is involved in the tourism, because to develop and promote the tourism we need uh, very great planning, a very neat planning, organized planning we required. So what, so in the first point, first lesson we'll see need for planning in tourism. So why we need to plan the tourism sector, that from we start from that purpose to what are the needs we that is there for a tourist in their visit, in their purpose of visit, like that we will discuss in this first point. And the second point is the process of planning. Process of planning, how the process of planning is starts and how it goes and how it ends and how we evaluate that process. These all again, this plan is known as master plan. So how you execute that master plan, how you prepare that master plan. So that these are the things we are going to discuss in this process of planning. And the next one is micro level or state level planning. So state level planning means we have Tamil Nadu Tourism Development Corporation is there. So they do some kinds of planning to develop their local natural tourism places. Like you heard about that flora and fauna, like that. So flora and fauna means to, this is to preserve the natural tourism places as a nature. Okay, so like that we will discuss about that micro level and state level planning. And after that, macro level means it about a national level planning, like ITC, Indian Tourism Council, Indian Tourism Corporation, like that. There are some organizations are there. These are the our Indian government initiatives. So we will discuss about those plans also. And unit 5 is very important. A management student have to learn this, that is the impact and organizations of tourism. So impact, what are the impacts are there in the tourism industry. Like there will be a cultural changes will be there. There will be a, in somewhat there will be a cultural development, and there will be a cultural there may be a negative things may affect the cultural also. So that we discuss in that cultural and social, how this makes us social awareness in the community, that we will learn in that topic. And how this tourism is changing the economical value of the people or the country, that we will discuss in this topic. After that, ecological aspects, like how this will affects the ecology of the tourism spots, or how it develops the ecology of the tourism spots. Both the view we will see, both positive and negative we will see in this topic. And next one is government organization. So what are the existing government organization we have in this tourism development, and what are the future organizations, what are the planning or the future planning of government organization, that also we will discuss in this topic. And the third topic is India Tourism Development Corporation, that is ITDC, India Tourism Development Corporation. The how it has been formed by our Indian government, the formation of this ITDC, and how it is involved in the development of tourism. These all we will discuss. And after the Tamil Nadu Tourism Development Corporation, TTDC. So these also how it is working, how it is functioning, and what kind of activities comes under this TTDC, that we will discuss in that. And after that, private organizations like standalone hotels and some chain hotels, star hotels, how these hotels supports the tourism development of the country, how these hotels are supporting the arrival of more passengers, more travelers in the tourism destination. So that we will discuss. And after that, International Air Transport Association, IATA. This is very important that we have to take the point. We have to understand the contribution of this IATA, because IATA has regulated the air transport system. So it has guiding us. It has given a very good guidance to all the tourism sectors. Even the tour operators and travel agents should understand the role of International Air Transport Association, IATA's role in this tourism development. After that, the Travel Agents Associations of India, TAI, it is known as TAI. Travel Agents Association of India is a very big association, known as very big. It's very popularly known as in the entire Asia, because it promotes the tourism industry in a very big way, because travel agent association makes some new destinations of tourist spots, and travel agent association makes some tour itinerary, new and tour itinerary for the travelers and passengers. This is very important for us to understand the actual role of Travel Agent Association of India, and the actual role of their promotions and their procedures, that we will discuss in this topic. After that, the role of United Nations Organization Tourism, the role of UNO, you all know UNO. So how it supports to promote the tourism development in each country, because once the tourism develops, the people used to travel to almost all the countries. There will be no negative things, negative issues will be there. Every people will understand their neighbor countries. Every people used to learn the culture of other countries. So there will be some more respect will be there. There will be no more relationship will be there. So it will give a entire global peace to the entire universe. So this is in this way, in this objective, the UNO has involved in this development of tourism. So we will discuss these all the points in this unit 5. So up to this, I have the introduction is I'm completing this introduction of all 5 units. So now you can once again you can rewind this video and you can hear this. And we in that lesson we will also learn this topic one by one. And I have uploaded some of very best videos from the YouTube as a lesson, and followed by this topic. You can see some of the links of the tourism development, and below the end of this subject you can see a link is there. In that you can see the short notes of this entire 5 units. So you can go through that, you can study that, you can learn that, you can have make use of that. So this will be very useful for you to learn the tourism development. Okay, so from this I'm signing off. Thank you all.